Hi, in this video I'm going to show you a sales funnel for B2B companies with long and complex sales cycles. This same system has been generated hundreds of thousands of dollars for many companies, but it contradicts a little bit of what other B2B demand generation gurus are saying. If you have a B2B high-ticket service or product, you might have tried sending thousands of cold emails, LinkedIn DMs, spending thousands of dollars on LinkedIn ads or Google or Meta, but the reality is the more expensive your product or service is, the more of a mix of cold outreach, content, and distribution of this content you need to actually position you as an industry expert and then close more deals. So I'm going to show you the full strategy where we produce very strategic content on LinkedIn or YouTube to position us as an industry expert. We then use LinkedIn or Google Ads to show this content to a very specific list of companies and stakeholders. And after they like, know, and trust us, then we use cold outreach to go and capture the demand that we just created. If you don't know me yet, I'm Leo. I build marketing and sales systems for B2B companies with 7 and 8 figure in revenue per year. I've not only worked with over 100 companies already through the last 10 years, but I also have used these same methodologies for my own companies, as for example, the SaaS that I founded a while ago, got invested by one of the biggest venture firms in the world, and needed to find a way to get in front of customers predictably. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So first I'm going to show the overall strategy that we use for these types of complex and long sales cycles. For this type of sales, what we need is a framework that first will build authority and awareness with our ICP, with a list of accounts that are very important for us. And to do so, we need to use content and we need to use ads to distribute this content. And once they like and know and trust us, then we use cold outreach to go and capture the demand that we just created and go and schedule meetings with them, right? And the third lever that you can use is to be more present in events in your industry so that you start developing more relationship with managers, directors, VPs in your industry that will be more likely to have a good conversation with you, get to know your offer, might find valuable, and then hire you afterwards, right? But the things that we're going to be covering the most today is building authority through content and distribution, and then using cold outreach to go and schedule calls. So I'm going to tell you a story of how we built this for real for one of our customers. They have a ERP for investment companies, a very high niche market with very high ticket product where it's very relational as well. So the overall strategy here, as we said, you have a content strategy, content distribution through ads, and then cold outreach. If we start with the organic results that we had with the content that we generated, we can see that we have an average of 40,000 impressions per quarter. So this by itself help us to build more credibility with our audience. We gained an average of 12% increase in followers on her LinkedIn account. And as you can see here, we consistently hit at least 4 or 5 or 3,000 impressions with the LinkedIn posts that we have been doing, right? So this is just a little bit of the results, but I wanted to show you how we actually did the thought process for this to work, right? So basically, we started analyzing the competitors, what they were doing, what kind of content they were producing, how they were trying to sell, how they're positioning their offer, how their landing pages look like, all of the things that they were doing. So then we could reverse engineer what were probably working for them, get the 20% of the more important things, and then start implementing for ourselves, right? So the way that we can do this, these are 2 competitors that she has. It doesn't need to be only competitors. We can also take inspiration. So companies in the same niche that sell a different product than us. So that they can also be used as inspirations. So I already have a few of them here. And if you take a look at Dynamo, for instance, we were going to see that we have a few cold outreach messages through ads, but we have a lot of webinar funnels or rich materials like ebooks or market studies that they have produced and they're sharing with the market, and that is very intentional to position them as an industry expert, right? In this case here, we don't have a lot of content on C-level or one of their directors to position this person as an industry expert. They're more focused on a company level kind of content, and this is an opportunity for us here as well, right? If we take a look at this other company here, they follow the same kind of guideline. So 5 top RIA trends to power your practice, or automate the trades, cultivate the relationships, read the articles. So they're using a lot of articles, a lot of market research, a lot of webinars. This is the main way that they're trying to build authority, right? So we already have this overview from the competitors. So the other competitors, they were using more friendly content. It's a bit more human, a bit more informal content, right? So they were using videos. They were using
the world as a whole. What do you?
They were using some pieces of interviews with either their executives or their executives building videos speaking about something that is important for their market, right? So from this, this is very quick. I'm showing you guys very quick, but we did some extensive analysis. So with all of this information that I showed you guys quickly, we're able to identify the main things that we should produce content around. So, and then we also had this way to do so, where we have 70% where we're actually producing valuable content and driving insights to the audience. 20% of our content we're telling stories, we're telling about the events that we're going, that we're engaging with, and then maybe 5 or 10% we may be doing some offer, right? So this is how we divide the types of content that we will create. And the next big thing that we need to do is to optimize our profile to make sure that whenever someone sees us, they almost instantly need to understand what we do and how we can help them. It's almost like a landing page, right? So you may have a profile right now where your title here is very generic, doesn't really say what you do, or maybe your profile image doesn't really say what you do or what your company does or who your ICP is, how you help them. So you want to be very specific here. Use a very clear image with a very clear slogan. Here in this case, it's in Portuguese, but we have a slogan saying what we do for our customers and who our customer is. The same thing here, using some authority numbers here, like 12 years in the market, 100 assets served in the world. So we want to bring authority, and we want to make sure that we make clear who we work with, right? And once we start producing this content, and I brought some examples in here. So we start with contents that are important to the market, bring in some misconceptions that the market might have about one or other two topic, something that is relevant, like a new insight, or something that has just changed in the regulations of the market. Then we try to humanize a little bit, showing some awards that we gained lately, showing some pictures or some stories from our daily routine, our employees, our customers, and then taking part in being active and trying to build relationship with media vehicles, so that we just get higher authority as well, because we start writing for them. So this is a big media vehicle here in their country. So this is a little bit of the content strategy that we use. So as you can see here, we position ourselves as an industry expert by delivering insights to the market, by telling our case studies, by showing the companies we work with, by showing some awards that we just won, and then we use the best performing contents. And if you liked what you have seen so far, please make sure to like and subscribe for this video. It helps you because it makes sure that YouTube delivers to you the next videos and past videos that are produced around similar topics. And of course, it also helps me because YouTube's delivered this video and my other videos to other entrepreneurs or business leaders that might need to receive this kind of messaging here. So if you have any questions, if you want me to share more details of any of the topics that we're speaking here, or maybe a template, or get in depth or any of these topics, also drop a comment below. I'll make sure to do this on next videos. And yeah, that's it. Thanks. On the ad strategy, so let me go there. And in here, we will start increasing our authority with the very specific list of companies and stakeholders that we want to know and trust and like us, right? So here I have the LinkedIn campaign that we ran for them. So as you can see here, this is the Brazilian currency, but you can see that we didn't spend a lot. This is around $1,000 only in like 8 months of work. So this is not much at all that you need to spend to do so, because we're mainly doing awareness ads. We're not doing, hey, click here, go to this website, fill this form, and become a lead. No, we want them to see us, to kind of admire us, to to really find us really valuable in the information that we produce to the market valuable, right? So this is a bit of the campaigns that we ran for them. If we take a look here at some of the ads, how they look like, they can be videos. So if I look in here, for instance, they could be casual videos, they could be a text-based where you're saying something about something insightful about your market, or you're bringing a new technology that has been released, just this kind of things. So if I go back here and I show how the results that these ads brought to us, so if I go to professional demographics, we can see that, for instance, per job function, so in this case, our stakeholders that we wanted to target were finance leaders, operations leaders, in some case they were also in IT, and of course C-level, right? So we can see that we can be very specific with the type of either job function that we target or job title, right? We can see here they are all related either with investments, because they are the one who will decide whether or not to buy her software. We can see the types of companies that were seeing our ads. So you can see here that all of them or most of them are in the investment industry. So they're either asset managers, they're venture capital firms, they're banks, kind of companies. What else? So yeah, capital markets, credit intermediation, financial services. So as you can see, we can be very precise on who we show our content for, right? And the idea here, the goal here is to build authority and build trust with them, right? So this is one of the main things. And then after we did all this, then we do the cold outreach, right? For them, we were able to book from 7 to 10 new meetings per month. And they product have an average of $5,000 to $10,000 per month in MRR, right? In a monthly fee, right? So this is a little bit of the analytics that we have. So we didn't contact a lot of people at all. We contacted like 1,300 people. We got around 6% of interested people, 6 to 7 interested people, and we managed to book calls with pretty much all of them. So on average, we're able to book from 7 to 10 new sales calls for them every month. Very strategic companies, very strategic stakeholders, without sending thousands of cold emails, but also doing quality and not only quantity, right? And the way that we did to find who we were going to target, we use demand signals. So we use 2 main signals in this case. So companies that were using one of their competitors, and then companies who had an open job on LinkedIn related to back office, because that indicator for them that they might need their software, right? So these were the main ways that we did, because if you don't know anything about the audience, you're just gonna send thousands of cold emails and they might not just need you right now, right? So you're just gonna be spamming them. So this is how we can identify out of 1,000 companies what are the ones that actually need our product right now, and then get in touch with them, right? And here we not only did this, but we also did an optimization on their landing page, we created a video sales letter for them, because with this, we can easily show to this customer what we do, very quickly show who this is for, the gains or the value that we bring, and it's very clear for them whether or not it's a good idea to speak with us if we're a good fit, right? So we help them to make this decision before they need to jump on a call with us, right? And here, the last thing that I wanted to show is to bring you an example of some of the copywriting that we used on the email sequences or on the LinkedIn messages that we sent, right? So for instance, hey, first name, can I ask you a quick question? I've been researching your company, right? So we normalize the company name so it's more natural. So it's not like company LLC or company Inc., company in co, stuff like this. And I saw that you use this competitor software. So we named the competitor that he was using. In this case, we have a very specific way to filter that because it was open for anyone to see on a government website. But there are really a lot of tools that we can use to map the stack of tools that your customer uses, and then build a list of thousands of companies that perhaps use this CRM or use this ERP or use this other software that is a good indication that's either a competitor of yours so you can sell your thing, or because they use this technology, it indicates to you that they might need your service as well, right? So there's a lot of ways that we can build a similar list for you too. So what we did here is of course saying, hey, I saw they use my competitor, and for these competitors here, we typically brought a lot of value, a lot of gains for our customers, right? So we took advantage of it, right? We said, we recently launched a new system here at MyRV for fund management, better and more complete than all of the other marketing solutions right now. We already replaced this competitor in other firms, which reported huge gains with this transition. I would love to have an opportunity to present this solution to you. Can we have a quick call to see if it's a good fit, right? So this is the angle that we used. I have a few more emails, but we're basically changing a bit the angle and the tonality, doing some follow-ups, but it was always around providing more value, showing authority. We already have, for instance, 100 billion under management with our software. We have more than 10 years in the market. So we're providing authority, case studies, social proof for them in a very personalized way, right? Is that we didn't ask for the call directly. Instead, we asked for the customer to receive a video, with a 3-minute video with some case studies, with the process that we do, the gains, the benefits, and the results that are brought to other customers. And then if he likes this and it's a good fit, then we have a call, right? The purpose of it is to open a conversation and not just schedule a call. It's a little bit of a different angle that we tested here, right? So for any sales cycle or a high ticket product or complex sale that you need to do, it's really hard to get it right only doing cold outreach, for instance, only doing cold email or cold LinkedIn, because they're receiving hundreds of emails or LinkedIn messages every month anyways. It's really hard to do only with ads, with Google ads or Instagram or LinkedIn, whatever it is, because again, let's say 500 employee business director, it's very unlikely that he would just search something on Google and decide to buy something that's worth $100,000 or $500,000, whatever it is, right? So really the way to do this, to build authority with them, and one way to do so, an initial way to do so, is having a good content strategy, then use this content and distributing it to the right audience. So one way to start doing this, as we discussed here, is we'll start doing this for the CEO. Then we can repeat the same strategy for the sales director, for the operations director. So all of the market will start hearing more and more of your company. Pretty much everyone will start knowing about you, liking the software or the service or the product that you have, will know the case studies that you have, and will trust you more and more, right? So pretty much this is the strategy. We have been able to generate consistently 7 to 10 new meetings for companies with high ticket products, complex sales cycles, long sales cycles with this very same strategy. So I know this can be a little bit overwhelming. There's a lot of things that you need to do here. Analyze your competitors, build your content strategy, run ads on LinkedIn or other sources, out at the same time build automation systems to do the cold outreach, craft the personalized messages, everything. There's a lot of things that you need to do here. So if you need help to implement something like this in your own company, please make sure to click on the link below. You're gonna go to our website, fill up a form, can schedule a free call with us. It will be a pleasure to speak with you, understand if it's a good fit, and it is, maybe we can start working together. Thank you for watching. I'm posting new content like this every week, so make sure that you're tuned for the next videos as well. And that's it, thanks, bye.